Hi there, hope you are doing good. So here I am with the demo. Let me show you the demo step by step with one question I have in the end. So we'll go through this timeline, the requirements, create automate date for the create automation for the dates, set calculation for duration. This has already been done. Okay, so the first step here was we have already discussed that you don't want to see the column in between. So we'll leave the formulas as it is so that you can always insert the column in between, and those will be the reference column will be dragged on the right side. So there are empty columns in between which you can always right click and select and see there are some empty columns in between. So it will seem to be very clean as well. So once you are not using those, you can always hide those as well. I can group those so that you can just click a button. Sorry, yeah, group. So you can always click this minus button and this will be hiding. Okay, so how this is going to work? Let me zoom it out a bit. Okay, so these are the two columns, column A and AB. Here you can enter the number of weeks you want to deduct from the previous date, which is this one. So either you can enter a week number or directly the number of days of that week. For example, if you don't want to enter a 6 week or maybe 6.5 weeks, so you can always multiply it by 6 into 7 and then add 3 more days. So you can enter 43 here or 45 here. So that will be considered as 6.5 weeks or whatever. So there are two ways, and I have made will be using this column for the calculation, not these two columns, and these will be considered as if there is no week available, then it will be taking the days from here. Okay, so these are the two columns. I explained those how they are going to work. If you have in between entries of 6.6 days, 6 weeks and 3 days, or 6 weeks and 5 days, you can directly enter the number of days in here instead of entering 6.5 here. Okay, so now let's to understand the calculations. There is a key point in here, the technical point, which is that to explain that I'll go from here. So for the 8th of December will be considered the day for final revision, and one day ahead, which is 9th of December, will be considered as copied edit day, and then the 2 days will be uh, from 12th December to 12th and 13th of December will be considered 2 days for the asset optimization. So the next day will be counted for this. Next day will be counted under this heading or the operation. So once we are doing the calculation for these 2 days, for 10 days, this is where it's going to use. So we'll be using the counting the 10 days from 15th itself, because 15th will be counted under the set build side build. So let me show you the calendar. So it's December, and we'll go back to here, and yeah, there is a holiday. You mentioned a holiday in here, 20 on 26th of December. So we'll be considering that as a non-working day. So we'll be considering the 15th as the first day. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. This will be considered as the holiday. Then 8, 9, and 10. So 10, 29th is the day which is within the range of 10 days from 15th. So the next day will be 30th, and the 30th will be counted under the live date. So the 10 days from 15th to 29th, including 15th of December. So this was the technical point I just wanted to highlight. And now I'll go back to this one. Yeah, this is done, and it will be taking the 6 weeks, which I have already explained that for weeks you need to enter weeks here only. For if you have 6 weeks and 3 days, don't enter the 6.3 or 6.5 in here. Just directly enter the number of days in here, like 6 into 7 plus how many days you want. So that will be used. You can see the formula has changed. Let me change it another time. So it will be taking the 46 days now. I'll be taking the 6 weeks. So 6 into 7 will be either I can enter these 12, 42 or 6 here. So both of those will be considered as 42 days. But keep explaining the third or fourth time that if you want to add 6 weeks and 3 days, don't enter the 6 here, just add 6 into 7 plus 3, 45, sorry, 45, that's it. Okay, so having that explained, let me enter 6 week here again and delete this one. So now the question here is that once you are calculating the 1 day calculation, the 1 day for the sample order date from back from the um, list due date, which is 22nd of August. So this will become, for example, if this will become 21st of August, so now this date will be calculated from this 21st of August. Is it right, or should this be calculated from 15th? I don't know. So I'm confused on this point. So should this be calculated from here? Because as anytime we are going to use this date, because this date is depending on this date, and this one is not depending on this and this and this and this, and ultimately on this one. So how you are going to accommodate, I'm not able to figure it out. Please let me know, please get on a call and let's discuss this point so that we can understand and accommodate accordingly. There is another thing that I have added the formula up to 200 rows, so that you will add, if you will add more rows, the formula will work. Let me try and add more rows in here. Maybe these. There is a formula which will be pulling the number of cells as automatically as well. So if I'll be adding 8 days, 7 days, 6 days, or maybe you can drag it down, and here you can see, if I'll drag the formula here, sorry, my bad, I will use this formula in here. Yep. So if I'll drag the formula, should I use this one as well? Okay. Okay, so I just figured out that this was throwing an error because there are no more entries in between, so I was dragging it down a little bit too much, so I should go down to here because this is a manual entry. We cannot pull the formula over this. So yeah, if you will do this, this is going to throw an error. So yeah, that was my mistake. So we can just drag down to here. So it's taking 8 days, 7 days, 6 days, 5 days, and 4 days accordingly. As you can see, there are 200 entries available which you can use. So that's it from my side. This is the only point where I want to discuss and figure out how we can solve this. So that's it from my side. Please let me know. Thank you.